The sports card market is dying. The sports card market is dead. Maybe you've heard several of these things lately, and let me tell you, it's changing. Of course, it's gone down from the highs of a couple years ago during the bubble, but it's getting back to normal. And in this video, I want to talk about some of the trends and some of the sales I've had on eBay selling sports cards this last week. You probably noticed by now that I'm in my car. I wanted to film this in my local park because the lighting's amazing. The lighting at my house is terrible, if you guys didn't know that. But we're in Vegas. It's super windy. The wind wouldn't allow me to do this. I wanted to. I was trying to take different parts of this video in between gusts of wind, and it was terrible. So I just stopped doing it. So we're gonna do this video from here. One thing I don't wanna do in this video, and I try really hard not to do in my videos, is speculate that much. Nobody knows the future of cards. Nobody knows what's gonna go up. Nobody knows what's gonna go down. Exactly. A lot of people have educated guess. You can determine if you wanna follow those guesses or not. But what I like to do is focus on the reality of right now. And in this video, and in videos like this that I plan on doing moving forward, I'm focusing on arbitrage, cards that I bought low. The key is not to spend too much money on these cards. And then hopefully I sell them for a profit. It doesn't happen every time, but in this video, I want to show you some cards that I bought low and I sold high. Some of the trends that I think are timeless, that you're always going to be able to find in bargain boxes, and also some stuff that might just be happening this week. So if you see a guy or a card that I sold, it might not be applicable anymore. It might not be something that you can flip for a good profit right when you see this video. Might not want to go out and buy these cards in droves, but if you have some of these cards, you might want to post them and make some money. So 2 games into the NBA season, Cameron Thomas of the Brooklyn Nets is averaging 33 points a game. Now, is this going to last? Probably not. But right now, I had a few of his cards listed. I started getting some offers. Now, this is a key for you. Put best offer on all your cards. And when you start getting several offers on one player, something might be going on. That's what tipped me off to go check out his performances recently. I realized he had 2 really good games to start out the season. I actually upped the price on one of my Cameron Thomases, and I priced another one actually down because it was kind of high priced at the time, and I sold them both. One of them sold for just $5. I took an offer. I wanted to move it while he was hot, why people were talking about him. It was a card that I got in a blaster box, I believe. So, you know, I'd already lost money on the cards from the blaster box, I'm sure. So let's just move that and get whatever we can out of it. The second Cam Thomas that I sold is from a bulk lot purchase. Now, all of you should be looking into this. I actually got approached on Instagram for some bulk deals from my page. That definitely helps me out. But you guys can go out and message people and make these deals happen on Instagram or at local card shops or local card shows. You can do any of that. But I got this card roughly for 50 cents in a big lot purchase, and I sold it for $12 free shipping. Now, that's not big money, but that is a massive percentage right now because Cameron Thomas is hot. Will he be hot next week? I don't know. Probably not, but it's possible. But if you have some Cam Thomases right now and you're watching this on the Sunday that I release this video, post his cards, move them if you're willing to, if you don't have too much money into them. A type of card that I find all the time in bargain boxes that are either overlooked or just plainly undervalued are Topps Finest refractors from the 1990s. Any of you who were alive in the 1990s remember how premium and cool Topps Finest stuff was, and the refractors were hard to get. Now, there's a lot of nuance with Topps Finest. You don't really want to get the base cards unless it's a really big rookie, but the refractors can go for a lot of money. There's a couple different things I want to tell you guys about Topps Finest when you're looking for them in the bargain boxes. There's typically, for most sets, 3 different tiers. There's a common bronze tier. Usually you want to stay away from that. Some refractors are good. There's a silver uncommon tier. The refractors on those can do really well, and some of the silvers, especially rookies, can sell for decent money. And then there is the gold rare tier. The refractors can go for a lot. The gold base can go for a bit. Also in the late 1990s, much like now, they did even more parallels and variations. There was die cuts, there were embossed cards, there was numbered cards. If you find any of those X-fractors, they could be worth even more money. So you want to look out for anything particularly shiny or numbered with Topps Finest when you're looking through these bargain bins. Now, I found just a couple weeks ago a Steve Atwater, I believe 1996 silver, so uncommon refractor. It was a shiny card. There's a lot of shiny cards nowadays, especially in bargain boxes, from Prism especially. This might not have stood out, but I knew it was probably worth picking up for $1. I ended up pricing this card between $15 and $20, and within a couple days, I sent out an offer and sold it for $14.40. Now, if you have eBay, this is another bit of advice that I have for you. If you have eBay, definitely send out best offers when you have people watching your items. Move your stuff as quickly as possible. As long as you are buying your items at the right price, you can do that and you can still make a profit. I paid $1 for this. After fees and everything, I made like $8, $9, $10 profit. I can't complain. Just out of a random 1990s parallel of a semi-star All-Pro, not a Hall of Famer. Pretty cool deal. So parallel cards and numbered cards in today's market are everywhere. You could still make money on a lot of them, especially if you get a new product right when they come out. But 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, numbered cards were a bit of a novelty. And some of them, even random players, can sell for some good money. Just think of the precious metal gem cards from the late 1990s with basketball or football, and even some other stuff. I sold this card just while I was out here filming, actually. I sold this card for $20. Terrence Edwards, numbered to 50 now. Honestly, I don't remember the dude very well. It's a 2003 card. It was super low numbered, and I picked it up, I believe, for $2 at Burbank Sports Cards about 3 or 4 months ago. It was an autograph. He played for a big school, Georgia. I figured there'd be a fan of him, and it was super low numbered. So I bought it based on that. I sat on it for a couple months, and it sold for $20 free shipping. So these random low-numbered cards from the late 90s, mid-90s, they can go for some money. Even some that have big numbering. Some of you may know about the Elite Series cards from baseball. They're numbered to 10,000. But back in 1992 and 93, limiting a card to 10,000 was a big deal. And some of those cards go for big money. That's another type of card. They're a little harder to find in dollar boxes, but occasionally you can find them for $5 or $10, and they're worth buying a lot of times at that price. Modern optic, prism, mosaic cards have so many parallels right now, it's kind of ridiculous, but you can use that to your advantage, especially when you go to the bargain boxes. You'd be surprised how often you can find honeycomb variations, Genesis variations, and white sparkle prism cards in the bargain boxes. Just in the last couple weeks, for $2 and below, I have found several different white sparkle parallel cards, and one of them just sold for me, random. It doesn't really matter who the player is. Typically, you can get at least $7 or $8 or above. Of course, if you get a good rookie or a star, they can go for a lot more money. But I recently sold, just a couple days ago, this David Johnson, not the biggest star in the world, white sparkle from Mosaic, and it sold pretty fast within a week of me posting it. Now, this next card is a card that has gone down in the last month, month and a half, but I have found it several times in dollar boxes, and I have sold it. I just found this card about a week and a half ago at a card show, and I sold it super fast. It is just a basic score Tyson Bagent card. For a lot of people, he came out of nowhere, out of Shepherd, I believe, to be the backup quarterback for the Chicago Bears, and he's even started a few games this year. His stuff, he doesn't have a lot of cards out as of now. This scorecard is still selling, and I'm still finding it in dollar boxes. I found it twice for $1 in the last 2 or 3 months. Here just recently, a couple days ago, it sold for $13. Now, will this market sustain? I doubt it. He's going to have a lot more cards come out, and with modern stuff, as the new stuff comes out, especially score, that stuff goes down. So if you have his cards floating around, now is the time to sell them. Or if you can find them in the next couple weeks for $1, I'm sure you could still make $5 to $10 to $15 for the next couple weeks, maybe the next month or so. So if you guys are selling sports cards part-time as a side hustle or full-time as a job, here's a piece of advice that I want to give you. Let everybody know you do it. Let everybody know you do it. This next sale I got came from somebody who just gave me some of his cards from his childhood. He knew I was going to flip them because he knows that's what I do. He's actually a buddy from the garage sale thrifting space where I do my other videos. He gave me a ton of vintage 70s and 80s baseball cards, some even earlier, and I got a lot of big rookies. One of the rookies was this Sam McDowell rookie. Pretty cool. I don't know much about him. He was a little bit before my time. I don't remember anything about him. I looked up the card, and it was worth a bit of money. I sold it within a week for $35 shipped. Not bad at all. I'll take that every day of the week. One of the most important traits we can have as sports card flippers is curiosity. We need to be curious about the sports that are going on right now, who's hot, who's playing well, and what their cards might be worth. Recently, I was at Legacy Sports Cards. You guys know how much I love digging there. I was going through the dollar boxes, which I tend to do, but I also went over to the little bit more expensive boxes, the $10 to $100 boxes. And a couple Bowman U basketball cards caught my eye. Shout out to Gabby Card Stacks, who's always talking about Bowman U, and I learn a lot from him. Go and watch different card creators, guys, in this space. You can learn a lot from everybody. Everybody's got their own perspective, and I really appreciate his perspective on college sports especially. So I was looking through this box. I saw some Bowman U basketball, so I was stoked to see that. And one card caught my eye, a couple actually, but I'm going to talk about one that actually sold right away. It's a Kyle Flipowski numbered to 75 yellow refractor autograph. They were asking $25, which, you know, to me is a lot of money. And the market really wasn't that established yet on that card. So I took a chance on it. I put it up at $60 on eBay. And just a couple days later, I decided to take an offer at $45 free shipping. Now, I didn't make a ton of money on it. After fees and everything, I probably made like $8 to $12 profit. But it was in a couple days. I was a little bit outside of my comfort zone, and I was trying something different. He's one of the big prospects, you know, coming into the draft next year, and one of the major stars of college basketball this year. So I just had to try it, and I was thankful that I was able to make some money on it. I was curious, and my curiosity paid off. One thing I've learned from going to a lot of card shops, a lot of card stores, a lot of thrift stores, and a lot of yard sales is if you're persistent, and if you go out a lot and you're very consistent, you're gonna get lucky sometimes. And I was semi-recently in the last 3 or 4 months at 702 Cards. And let me tell you, that place is awesome here in Vegas. I get a lot of deals there. Some of the deals are insane though. I got this Jonathan Kuminga card. I got a couple of them that were numbered, paid $5 and less. I believe one was $5 and one was $1. So let's just assume this was the $5 one. Numbered to 149, rookie card, Donruss laser, cool looking card. I knew it was a steal, and I ended up selling it just a couple days ago for $25 free shipping. Sometimes if you're consistent, luck happens, guys. I'm gonna start doing this style of video at least once every week. I want you all to know that there's no need to go out and speculate hoping a card is gonna go up in value. There are cards all around us that are underpriced at card shows, card shops, eBay even, that you can go buy and you could flip right now for a profit. Now, it doesn't always work. Sometimes it fails, just like it does when you're speculating on cards. But there is a lot of arbitrage, American arbitrage. There's a lot of arbitrage opportunities out there. And I just want to show you some of the successes that I have from week to week, and some of the lessons that I've learned from those, and some of the trends I'm seeing that may pass very quickly but are trending at that moment. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll do another one next week. And coming up, I think on my next video is going to be a garage sale find I had. And I'm going to show you everything I found in that bundle, which is a lot of fun. So thank you all for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts below. Please comment. Let me know your thoughts. Did you like this video? Is there anything you'd like me to talk more about or less about? I'd love to hear some feedback. Thanks, guys.